Hey everyone. So in my last video I said that I tried to test for SIBO with the Food Marble device, and I had gotten some confusing results. So I posted up questions on a Reddit forum, and the advice I got back was that the green beans that I had eaten the day before, I'd had 2 portions of green beans, they shouldn't be eaten before testing for SIBO, even though it's in the book to say that green beans are fine to eat before the test. So I retested, and the day before the testing, I ate 2 soft boiled eggs for breakfast. I ate chicken thighs that I roasted with olive oil, salt, and pepper. And in the evening, I had a sirloin steak with olive oil, salt, and pepper. It wasn't the most enjoyable day of eating, but I wanted to keep it really basic um, to try and give the best chance of the results. The next day, I drank green tea with with inulin and not FOS powder, because in the book it does say inulin. And I think the two can be interchangeable at certain times, but maybe not necessarily in that context. I'm not sure. But I just bought what it said in the book. So then I did breath test every 45 minutes for the next 3 hours, and my results came back as low, 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 and then creeping into the medium. But it went from 1.1 to 3.8. And in the book, Dr. Davis says that the result will jump significantly 6 or 7 points. So going from like a 1.1 to like an 8. So from doing the test, I'm concluding that I don't have SIBO. So I'm not going to be taking the herbal antibiotics, and I'm just going to start the 4-week program. So this is good news for me. I believe it's harder to get rid of SIBO than to correct gut dysbiosis, which is what I believe I have. So yesterday was actually my day 1. The thing that I found most overwhelming, I suppose, was thinking, what am I actually going to eat? The book says to remove sweet, like sugar, as much as possible, and to take away emulsifiers and take away preservatives. So I was prepared to cook from scratch and remove grains. So I know for me, from doing elimination diets in the past, like a low FODMAP diet, the most important thing is to not get too hungry. That's when I want to just snack on something. And I know that removing grains and eating a more low FODMAP diet doesn't allow for the same convenience than if you're just eating anything. It's harder to open up the fridge or the cupboard and just find a snack. So I spent a little bit of time trying to come up with some recipe ideas, because I know that it's key for me to enjoy the food that I'm eating, and then I'll want to eat it. So yesterday I had homemade tomato, red pepper, and basil soup, and I made some seed crackers that don't have any grains. They've got chia seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, and almond flour, baked in the oven. And then in the evening I made a recipe from the Supergut book, which is the ginger chicken, and I had some broccoli on the side. Physically I felt good. I did some breath testing and was getting low results, which was great. And today I've started with the green tea that he suggests, green tea, cloves, and the FOS powder, and says to just make it on the stove and sip it throughout the day. So I made it this morning, and then I'm just sort of reheating it on the hob when I want to have a cup. So it feels good to be getting that into my routine as well. Today, so far, I've had my lunch, which I had the exact same soup with the same crackers, but I put in half a tin of mackerel that I had open in the fridge and I wanted to use up, and I just put it in the tomato soup and could barely taste it or notice it. I figured that's a good bit of protein to get, and I ate half a carrot I had left in the fridge as well. And then I did a breath test, and it came up as high as about 8.8. So again, I'm a little bit confused. I don't think that means I've got SIBO, but so I'm going to eat the same soup and the same crackers tomorrow, and I'm going to do the breath test and see if it's coming in similar as well. So the numbers, the breath testing, I'm still finding a little bit confusing, learning how to read these results. But other than that, so far, I would say my cravings are lower and I do feel more satiated, which I've had before when I've been eating a higher protein, lower carb diet. So as long as I can maintain the recipes and keep my interest going, then I should be seeing some results. I'm looking forward to starting on the probiotic yogurt. That won't be for a couple of weeks. I've started doing my fermentation preparation. So I've got kombucha brewing just now, and it takes 1 to 2 weeks to be able to drink it. So it's about 1 week in. And I'm going to start some kefir tomorrow. It should take a week. And I want to start some sauerkraut as well. I want to be able to make my own fermented food that you're meant to be consuming every day once you're in the swing of things. And I think it's next week that I begin to introduce fermented foods. So I'm a little bit further along. I've actually started, which is great. I thought I would have started this process a couple of weeks ago, and it just took me a little bit longer than I thought to get my head around it. I've also emailed Dr. Davis, or Dr. Davis's company, to ask a question, which is it fine to eat dairy? Is it fine to eat nuts? Is it fine to have fruit and honey? I personally find that a little bit confusing. It does say to try and limit net carbs to 15 grams per meal, and certain things like bananas, etc., have quite high net carbs if they're ripe. So I understand that. But with the nuts, I'm not sure. And yeah, like honey, if I'm able to have honey, then I can make some healthy sweet snacks and stuff. Just things that kind of keep the interest going. I've not had a reply from them, so hopefully they get back and confirm a few things. And dairy, yeah, I'm a little bit unsure about that. I guess it's because I have done low FODMAP in the past, which is not what this is, but there are some similarities. And with the low FODMAP, certain dairy things are quite off the menu. So yeah, I'd like a little bit more confirmation of the ingredients I can use. And then I hope to continue to really put in some effort to creating recipes. Okay, thanks guys.